Hi, welcome or welcome back to my decorating series. We're going to go inside, go back to the 14th floor for a secret lab this week. So, in all honesty, of the 4 rooms on this floor, this was the one I was the most nervous about. I knew there were objects that would fit really well into this room, but wasn't as confident on the direction I wanted to take it as much as I was with the other rooms. The throne room was really obvious, the vault was really obvious, and the evil lair could go either direction. So because I took the evil lair in a witchy direction, I decided to go a more mechanical direction for this room. And that was good because I knew I had objects that would fit it. And I knew there were walls and floors and ceilings and things that were things I hadn't used in other spaces and things that I wouldn't use in a lot of other spaces. So I decided to go ahead and include objects from The Incredibles, from Inside Out, and from WALL-E in particular. Oh, Monsters, Inc. as well. And I'm doing what I do particularly when I am not exactly sure of the direction I want things to go, the layout of things I want to go. I start pulling out all of the potential objects that I could use in a particular space. The Edna Mode stuff, the things that hang down from the ceiling, the grappling thing, almost looks like a laser, very mechanical looking. I knew those were going to take up a large footprint. But there's also been a lot of stuff that's come out since I've gotten those objects that I wasn't sure how they would pair with them. So I definitely wanted to look at a lot of stuff. And to be honest, I actually went with a lot of Inside Out stuff because it wasn't even on my radar because we didn't have it back then. So now I'm looking for some tables, things that might work with some of the objects so not everything is sitting on the floor. And, oh, yep, the Yzma stuff. The Yzma stuff that I did not use in the evil lair. Because even though it is stone, it kind of fits texturally and color-wise with the mechanical things. So now I'm just taking a peek, trying to figure out what I might want to use. Oh, yeah, that's the... it was part of the Naboo Interiors set from the Premium Shop. And although I really do like the fact that it's a hologram, it definitely feels more futuristic, which I think is what I'm really going for with all of the stuff that's in here, even though they're all from different, stories, what is it called? Universes. I don't end up using it in the end. I stick with it for quite a while, but the fact that it's kind of got browns and warmer tones really doesn't work for me in the end with all of the gray and slate tones that there are. So I really wanted to make it work, and I try for a while, but you can tell it's got like a wooden base and more of a bronzy tone to the metal. And it's fine if it's not exactly like the other tones, but I end up not using it in the end. So now I'm trying to figure out if I can make the room segmented using the potion cabinets from Emperor's New Groove. And I feel like it could have worked just to make it feel like it's separate, like the entrance is separate. And I even tried doing something like this where I turn the things to make almost like a little hallway. But these objects are so huge, they take up way too much space for this. So I don't end up going with that. I do end up using these pillars. Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. It's kind of crazy watching them in high speed along with the things on the walls, but I don't know where else I would put them. So I really wanted to use them in this room. I also didn't want to make it feel like it was too evil in here. It is a secret lab. So, I mean, you could be doing nefarious things in here, but I didn't want it to be intentionally nefarious. So, although Yzma's potion cabinet, that cat thing, does definitely look like it's got some evilness going on. But, it could be one of those things where if you did evil, it was maybe by accident because you were just trying to study some stuff. But I also realized that I needed to look at Aladdin stuff. and particularly stuff related to Jafar. So that's where I got the little lightning thing and what is it? Is it an alchemist table? It's essentially a cooking table, but it was set up to be more alchemical than cooking in the story progression where it came from. And I just think it looks cool and looks like someplace you would crush up, crystals and stuff, powder things into little vials and test them and things like that. If the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, the stuff that Jack Skellington uses to test Christmas things, didn't look too Christmassy, I would have loved to have put that stuff in here. But I did use the bookshelves in the Evil Lair, so it's okay. I really liked the chalkboard, but it has garland and just definitely looks like Christmas, and I didn't really want this to have any kind of holiday overtones, even though it would have been fun to stick it in here, So now I'm just trying to block it out, still trying out this kind of hallway entryway look. And I don't know if you noticed, the thing I just put down is going to cause me trouble here in a bit, because I forgot that once you put it down, you can't pick it back up. So we'll get there. I'm still looking for different objects. Oh, that crystal is something new from Wish Blossom Ranch, and there are more than one of those to unlock. I hadn't unlocked multiples yet. So if I do go revamp some rooms in the future, I will be interested in playing with some more crystal options. I actually used these frozen crystals as well. I can't remember if they came from the Veil, the Storybook Veil. Anyway, or if they were a premium shop. Don't remember at this point. But I was looking for crystal-y things that looks like not necessarily magical, but that you might want to harvest properties from through, a mortar or just experimentation. I didn't want it to be like just the potions. I wanted it to be also, other materials that you might use in some alchemical testing that you might also then apply electricity to or something like that. So now I've decided against the hallway, and I'm trying to block out the room in a different way so that I can use the pieces I am most interested in keeping. I really wanted the pillars. I really wanted the potions. I really wanted the Edna Mode stuff. I like the hologram table in here. I definitely think it has the right feel. And because I got rid of the Star Wars one, I didn't want to sacrifice both hologram tables, although you can't generate a hologram now that the story part is over from Eternity Isle. But, it's still cool looking. So now I'm just trying to use some of these little objects, the decor things, around the room to see where they fit in. And I'm wondering when I'm going to discover the problem. It should be pretty soon. But I was thinking about having a desk in this room. Didn't work out. But I definitely shifted around the room quite a bit. Oh, I'm getting close because I decided to use these bots from Wall-E. And I can't move the lightning rod. I keep trying. But eventually I looked it up and went, oh, nope, it's something that's broken. So I have to reset the room, which is okay. It allowed me to kind of start fresh. There was some stuff I think I was trying to squeeze into the space that really didn't need to squeeze in. So I took a screenshot of what I had done, and then I started with the things that I was most pleased with from the first design. I also want to point out that I finally found a space for the Boo door, because that door is such a unique type of vibe. Like, I don't know where else I would put it besides a space like this, because it doesn't look like a door that would be in most rooms. It definitely looks like something science-y or something in a space with, electrical components and, things like that. So I'm glad that I had this space and realized that it would work in here, because I'm trying to, and I'm not necessarily pushing to use every single object that's available in the game, but the objects that are a little bit more unique and challenging, I'm trying really hard to find homes for them and, concepts that fit them, because some things are really obvious. A bed is obvious. A desk is obvious, but like potion cabinets and big equipment and, you know, things like that door pose a unique challenge. And I think that's one of the reasons I like this floor so much, even though this room was a little bit more challenging for me, because it allows me space for some of these very specific types of things to find a home and test the boundaries of my decorating prowess, I suppose. All right, well, let's go inside and check it out. So it feels really good wrapping up another floor in the house. Even though this room in particular was more challenging than the other ones on this floor, I'm excited to have accomplished it, you know? Like, it's just one of those things that was very difficult to figure out how to make everything work together, but I love the fact that I got to use some of these really unique out there objects. The wall panels that spin, like, they're cool looking, but it's hard to make them work in a space. These giant Edna mode things, also difficult to make work in the space. I love the fact that they work with the Monsters Inc. thing and then those electrical things. It just makes it feel like Frankenstein's lab. And then over here feels very much like Jafar could step into this room and do some testing, or maybe even Ursula or Yzma, but not necessarily with the intention of being evil. Although, you know, it's always possible in a secret lab, I suppose. I also got to use that unique kind of stove that we got from questing with Scar. Again, it's one of those really unique, odd pieces that would not fit in most spaces. And although this is not my favorite room on this floor, I really enjoyed putting it together in the end because it pushed my boundaries. It gave me a place to use some of the more interesting objects from Inside Out. Those suns, I thought it kind of gave the impression like maybe we were pulling the energy out of orbs, or maybe putting energy into orbs with some of that equipment. And yeah, I'm glad that we're through this floor. It was fun and challenging and really interesting to do compared to the rest of the more regular, normal house type spaces. And we're getting close to the last quarter of the whole building, so I'm excited to get to the next floor next week. That's it for today's decorating adventure. If you liked this video, a thumbs up is a great way to let me know, and a subscription will keep you up to date on my latest shenanigans. If you want to hang out with me live, I stream on YouTube and Twitch on Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I'll see you next time.